Good morning, Unity San Francisco. Welcome to Sunday morning here in San Francisco. Welcome to all of our friends in the sanctuary, but also welcome to everybody online. Love to you as well. Whether you're watching live or sometime in the future, we send you our love.
I feel the love and the joy and the warmth of the holiday season coming up. So it is so great to see you all, see you. We're excited to have Dr. J.D. Schramm with us today.
I wanted to say that, there's always a lot going on in the world, but here on Sunday mornings, we really dedicate the time to talking about that inner space, that refuge, that stillness, so that we have the tools to then go and live our lives in this ever-changing world. And that's what we are here for, to acknowledge that all this stuff is really happening, but yet to remind myself to be still first and then decide what action to take.
And to anchor that truth as we do everything at Unity, we start out with prayer.
Right. And this morning, Reverend Ken is off initiating, or what is it called when the Reverend takes their job? They are officiated, installed in Sacramento. So hey, Reverend Ken, hey people in Sacramento. And to this morning, leading prayer is our own David Montecalvo. So relax.
Yay! Oh, well, thank you all.
Relax in your seat.
Yeah, and so to start us off, we're going to close the door for just a second. We'll have we'll open it later. And I invite the prayer chaplains. They're holding space. They're holding the high watch for us. And so as you're here, we invite you to close your eyes. You're in a safe spot. We have our eyes open and everything. And you can just hear the beautiful sounds of the vibration of life from the universe. You breathe in. And as we settle into our comfortable, beautiful chairs, we know that we are held by the universe. We know that all of life loves and supports us. We know that as we settle into this time of Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is always available in our hearts. And we know that Thanksgiving is the abundance multiplier. As we understand and identify all the beautiful, joyful things that are in our lives, we make space for the difficulties, but we affirm and pay attention and rewire our brains to see the abundance and the goodness that is in the world. And with a thankful heart, we bring this intention to Unity San Francisco today and every day in our lives. We say, so it is, Omateo.
All right, thank you for opening our sacred service together. Thank you, David.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, us creating this space. So we often give each year a theme, and this year is the year of awakening, right?
I love that concept of awakening. It's not having to become something. It's just realizing something.
Right. I've been increasing my prayer practice, and so because of all the stress, and I'm realizing that awakenings are kind of guaranteed. If I sit in the stillness, if I sit in the silence, and I just ask my question, it's kind of almost guaranteed that a light bulb will arrive. That has not changed in times of struggle. When I go to the stillness, it is a guarantee. It might take some time. I've been asking a certain question, like, what is one love? Because I'm struggling with that. Right. Now, as I sit in the meditation and say, what is one love, over and over and over, there are awakenings. There really are. And I'm seeing it at a deeper something. And it'll be different for each of us. Yeah. It's always different. Your potential of what you see is fully yours. Mine, I declare unlimited for me. Right? So we hold that at Unity San Francisco, that whatever your experience, we celebrate what has brought you to today. And then as you meditate and decide going forward, not just 3 choices, unlimited next choices. We have an affirmation for that.
Yeah, well, and I just wanted to add that, as we awaken to the truth of who we are, the divinity, it empowers us to go and help be lights and beacons to the rest of the world, because the world also needs the truth of their own divinity.
Right.
And so we can hold that. And so, so we have an affirmation here. We'll read it once, and then we'll read it together. So it goes like this. I commit to awakening myself and the world to infinite possibilities. Let's know this together. I commit to awakening myself and the world to infinite possibilities. Infinite, isn't that so cool? That is powerful.
And so it is.
Amen.
We always say that too.
So if you're here in the room and you have not received one of those beautifully designed bulletins, raise your hand. One of our beautiful ushers will bring you one. And actually, I don't even have one, so I'm going to share with you, Tyler.
Bring one up.
Okay, all right, thank you, Miss Ellen. Yeah, I got one. And if you are online, I invite you to check our newsletter, because all of the information that is here is also in our newsletter.
Yep. Inside the bulletin, look at that spiritual connection card. If you're online, click the connection card link in the chat, and we're just asking you to fill it out. Let us know who you are, how you found out about Unity San Francisco. We're going to return to this a little bit later in the service.
So tuck it away.
Another beautiful piece of this is that if you're a first-time guest, if you're online, click that first-time guest checkbox. We'd love to send you a little token of love electronically, but if you're here in the sanctuary, first-time guest, we have a gift for you right here in the foyer. We'll return to this later.
Yes, and so next year, mark your calendars, September 21st to the 25th in Kansas City, or the Kansas City area at Unity Village, which is the Unity headquarters. Yep. Our own Reverend Ken has been teaching about manifestation and abundance for years, but he's been able to distill it into a book, and so finally he's able to share all of that with the world, the community, next year.
Yes.
And he's leading a 4-day retreat, and he's going to be distilling all of this powerful information into 5 steps. And so it's a beautiful way to see the abundance that is within our lives. Yes. So I'm excited for that.
Mark your calendar for September of next year for the retreat. Now, we always celebrate our going within to the place of meditation, and then we also present to the world. Join us in meditation.
Sometimes I get unfocused. I try to do it by myself because I like stillness or whatever, but the monkey mind keeps going. Yeah. So if I have that problem, what do I do?
You can use a guided meditation where somebody is kind of talking every few seconds, little thoughts. It's a guided way, sometimes with music, sometimes different ways.
Where can I find that?
Right. Right here every Sunday is a beautiful sound meditation, Sunday mornings, live and on Zoom at 10:15, 10:45. Then we have service. And then during the week, if you're ever feeling that desire to go within with the help of another friend, we have Monday through Friday a 15-minute online Zoom only. You go to the website, you spend 15 minutes, click Zoom with a prayer chaplain, go within. And then our website has a whole curated library. But on this next slide, I want to talk about the YouTube has a curated library, which I am so proud of. As we present our teachings to the world, there are curated playlists of just music. So I can just be cleaning in my kitchen and listening to a playlist of music. Or meditations, and the next one finishes, the next one goes, if that's what you want.
Our Sunday talks are all recorded and placed on there. And, we invite you to subscribe to it. And I think we're at, over 2,000 something subscribers, which is amazing. But it's not just to get subscribers, right? It's to help get the powerful messages out there to the world, because we're going to have an amazing talk today. And it's like, this is something that everyone needs to hear, and it's a smart message. It's a punchy message. And so I think the world needs to do that, and we need to raise that awareness. So
Yeah.
sign that, share it on your Facebook wall,
Yeah.
all these things. It's
Yep.
a powerful, great
Subscribe, like videos, put little comments in the bottom. It just helps everybody push this algorithm, because unfortunately there's this algorithm out there, and we want it to propagate the message of love.
tool. Yeah.
Right? So what else is the next on our slide? Let's see. Ryan's helping us out. Okay. So the next is our community song, and we are inviting up a wonderful Carrie Hillary. She's returning to us here at Unity San Francisco, and she travels around at Unity and Centers for Spiritual Living, sharing Sunday messages and her music. So let's invite up Hillary, and I invite all of you to stand as you're willing and able. Let's sing together. Thank you, Hillary.
Yeah.
Guys ready to learn a new one? Yes. Cool. All right, don't be shy. Doesn't matter if you have the right notes. Doesn't even really matter if you have the right words. Just sing along and join us. Let's build a circle of love, thanks. Join in a circle of thanks. Lift our hearts in gratitude in a circle of thanks. In a circle of thanks. Let's build a circle of love. Let's build a circle of love. Join in a circle of love. Lift our hearts. Lift our hearts in gratitude. In a circle of thanks. In a circle of love. How about some joy? Let's build a circle of joy. Join in a circle of joy. Lift our hearts. Lift our hearts in gratitude. In a circle. In a circle of joy. In a circle of joy. You guys sound great. Let's build a circle of peace. Join in a circle of peace. Lift our hearts in gratitude. In a circle. In a circle of peace. In a circle of peace. Lift our hearts. Lift our hearts in gratitude. In a circle. In a circle of peace. In a circle of peace. Good job. Thank you.
Neighbor with a handshake or a hug or whatever social distancing they want, and say hi to our friends in Zoom.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Kate. Hi, Noel. Hello, everyone. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Molly. It's good to see you all.
Wishing you all a very happy Sunday. We're so happy you're with us. It's going to be another wonderful day. You ready to learn more about gratitude? JD's going to give us a great message, so I wish you all well. Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Rosie.
Hello, hello, hello.
Kate, thanks for your help. Noelle, good to see you. Hey, Rosie. Molly, you made it. Yay. Hey, Nancy. And everybody who is just on that I don't see your names. See you soon.
Happy Sunday, folks. Oh, you too. Have a good one.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Good to see you all. I can't hear you very well with all that in the background, but good to see you.
So good to see you all. Rosie, Nancy, Kate, Mark. I miss talking to you guys. Noelle, I miss you. Hi, Molly. Nancy, love you guys. All right, everybody.
Thank you for
We're going to
being
have a seat,
here.
and I'm going to kick it over to Tyler.
All right, we have more time for socializing and connecting downstairs around the lunch table. And I just want to have a moment of us acknowledging the children that are up here on the stage and the children of the world. We at Unity, we talk a lot about, we may not have heard something when we were younger, but then I learned to implant those better ideas in the future generation, but also in the inner children within me. So when I say these affirmations like this, it's not only for them, it's also for us. That I can rewrite that youthful story if I didn't hear it as a child. I can begin to implant it in my mind today. So we have an affirmation, blessing of the children for these kids around the world, and the children within. I'll say it once, and then we'll know it together. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. Shall we know this together? You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. All right, I want to mention that Reverend Ken has his upcoming class on the birth narratives. It's a wonderful opportunity to look at the different 4 Gospels and how the birth narratives might be a little bit different. Maybe like which author wrote which one, and was it at a different year, and kind of look a little beyond this nativity narrative that's kind of a combination, a mishmash of these 4 different Gospels with these 4 different stories, right? So we can look a little bit deeper. And of course, Reverend Ken is going to bring that unity lens to the whole thing as well. So join Reverend Ken. You got to go to the website, you sign up, you receive the email because it's Zoom only, then you click on the Zoom link on Tuesday, December 16th at 6 to 8 p.m. So join Reverend Ken, Birth Narratives. I want to also mention that our guest speaker today, Dr. J.D. Schramm, has been with us many times before. A round of applause. And of course, the husband of our own Reverend Ken. You guys have been married for 18 years. We just celebrated your recommitment here just the other week. And JD has a wonderful lifelong career of helping people, and specifically in communication skills. You've been a college professor at a couple of different colleges, but also built your own consulting business to help people develop their skills of speaking and writing to communicate. So this communication expert and a lifelong spiritual learner. So deep respect, and we're so glad that you're here again to share your wisdom with us. We're going to hear from JD in just a moment, but right now we have another piece of music with Callie Carvajal.
We plow the fields and scatter the good seed on the land, and it is fed and watered by God's almighty plan. God sends us snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine, and soft, refreshing rain. All good gifts around us thank the Lord, thank the Lord for all the love. We thank thee then, O Spirit, for all things bright and good, the seed time and the harvest, our life, our health, our food. No gifts have we to offer, for all thy love imparts, but that which thou desirest, our humble, helpful hearts. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. So thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all the love. I really want to thank you, love. Thank you, love. Really want to thank you. Really want to thank you for your love. For your love. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Callie. I truly appreciate the gifts that you bring in music. And for those who are unfamiliar, that's actually from the church of my childhood, Broadway. That is Godspell from the early 70s. And when I knew that I'd been invited and agreed to do the talk today on appreciation and gratitude, that was the immediate song that I thought of first. And the life you brought to it with our music team just set the stage beautifully for the conversation we're going to have. We're going to talk today about gratitude as well as appreciation. And I want to begin with yet another story or example from my childhood. I grew up, my mother was an artist, and she did textiles and weavings and quilts and all sorts of different art that she created with her hands. Now, I was a little flippant, so she graduated in 1948 with an undergrad degree, and then in 1978 went back and got a master's in art. And I used to joke that she had a master's in macrame, which, kind of funny in the 70s, but really diminishes the power of the artwork that she created in textiles and in fabrics. And she taught me the power of the loom. And in this video, you can just beautifully see, my mother had a loom, and she would weave, and she taught me the distinctions of the warp and the woof. Now, the warp are the long white strings that you see there, and those are the foundation for a tapestry. That's what gets strung on the loom before the artist then begins to put the shorter strings that go across that bring the depth and the color and the texture. But only by having the two come together under the hands of an artful designer are you able to have a tapestry. And so as we look at today, looking at gratitude and appreciation, I love that idea of gratitude and appreciation coming together. I love this quote from William Arthur Ward. I was joking with Alan Klein, our resident motivational speaker. William Arthur Ward was a motivational writer. I'd never even heard that phrase today. But before I did the research for today's talk, but he said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So when we feel gratitude in our hearts, but we don't express it to the person who we are grateful to, we're holding on to that gift rather than sharing that gift. And only by bringing the gratitude that we feel with an act of appreciation, that's the external part, only by expressing it are we able to then have the beauty of that tapestry. Gratitude and appreciation are terms that are often used interchangeably, but there are distinct nuances that differentiate them. As I said before, gratitude is that internal reflection, while appreciation is the external expression that focuses the value on other people. So taking on an attitude of gratitude becomes the foundation, becomes the outlook. If you will, it becomes the warp of the tapestry that you are building. I attend 2 or 3 times a week. I do an early morning 12-step meeting. It's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, so it's 4 o'clock here on the West Coast. But if I wake up early enough, and I did it this morning, I love to start my day with this 30-minute 12-step meeting. And it's a prayer and meditation meeting. We meditate for 5 minutes, and then we have 25 minutes that people just share a prayer. And my prayer quite often is based very simply on please and thank you. Thank you, and I acknowledge some of the things for which I have gratitude from the day before, and then please, may I come to know today what you would have me do, and that I have the strength and power to carry that out. And so that becomes that warp for me. And if you can embrace gratitude in this way, it really helps you transform, as one of my friends likes to say, Mike Robbins, transform why is this happening to me into why is this happening for me. As soon as I shift that little preposition from to me to for me, I move from how sad everything is to what can I be grateful for. Even in the midst of this, what gratitude can I express? Now, I want to acknowledge there is some really solid and impressive science behind the science of gratitude. I have a document that I used in preparation for this. I'm happy to share. I'll give you a QR code later that you can get it from me. But the researchers who have focused on researching the science of gratitude often call it the upstream regulator. So if you can begin your day, or if you can begin a challenging meeting or a difficult situation, before you ever get into that conversation, if you can start with what it is that you are grateful for, whether that's internal or whether you even express that to the other person. Ken had us do a great exercise last week where we thought of somebody we had to have a difficult conversation with, and how could we enter that with a mindset of curiosity, and I would say also with a mindset of gratitude. Even when I have to have a tough conversation with somebody, if I say, I appreciate you taking time that we could sit down and talk about this, like beginning with that sense of gratitude. I've got a short video that I found in the preparation of today's talk that I want to share with you. It's 2 minutes long, but it goes into the science of gratitude. And so let me play that for you now.
Of gratitude, simply expressing appreciation and being more thankful can measurably improve your overall well-being. For example, studies prove that gratitude can increase happiness, reduce depression, and strengthen resiliency. Grateful people often experience reduced blood pressure, less chronic pain, increased energy, even longer lives. People who purposefully express more gratitude report higher self-esteem than those who don't, and they're more likely to help others, a pro-social behavior also linked to greater happiness. People who capture grateful thoughts before bed sleep better than those who don't. Why so many positive changes? Because gratitude actually rewires our brains, kickstarting the production of dopamine and serotonin. Like antidepressants, these feel-good neurotransmitters activate the bliss center of the brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. This appears to be self-perpetuating. Research suggests that with regular practice, you'll train your prefrontal cortex to better appreciate and retain positive experiences and thoughts, and to deflect the negative ones. Here are a few simple ways to deliberately cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Celebrate minor accomplishments. Think about what you have rather than dwelling on what you don't. Tell the people in your life something you appreciate about them. Tell yourself too. Volunteer, hold a door for a stranger, or simply smile more, and you'll probably feel better, as kindness and giving are connected to gratitude. Similar positive brain changes can occur from regular meditation and mindfulness. Keep a daily gratitude journal using an old-fashioned notebook or a high-tech app. The science is clear. Give gratitude a go. You'll be thankful.
So the science is clear. If you want to live longer, if you want to sleep better, if you want to have better well-being, you have the capacity right now, and it's just by engaging with that sense of gratitude. This is not like, remember the Saturday Night Live, Stuart Smalley, Deep Thoughts. This is not this like touchy-feely, mumbo jumbo. There literally is chemical changes that happen in your body when you begin with that sense of gratitude. What happens chemically is that our brain, if we register authentic gratitude, okay, so that you can't do this performative. You can't do this, just check the list that you did that as, I brushed my teeth, I expressed my gratitude. No, you literally have to have that authentic experience. The dopamine then rises in our body to create motivation, and the serotonin contributes to our emotional steadiness. And then cortisol, which is the chemical that makes us anxious or fearful, cortisol dips in this moment, and it drops from being fearful of something bad that's going to happen to literally being a stabilizing agent in our nervous system. That's what happens if you can have that experience of authentic gratitude. It's not abstract, but there are measurable changes with direct implications for our mood, our focus, our resilience, and our long-term health. And at the very least, if you can just begin even with a pause, when you have a stimulus that irritates you or annoys you, when you see an email in your inbox, like, oh, I hate it when I hear from her. Or you see somebody's car parked outside of work or out of a meeting, it's like, oh, he's here again today. Why did I come to work on the day that he decided? All of that negative energy, if you can just pause. Even just the power of the pause allows you to step into that world of gratitude. So we've talked about the tapestry of gratitude and appreciation. We've talked about the science of gratitude. Now what I want to do is I want to talk about the power of appreciation. I love this quote from Voltaire. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what's excellent in others belong to us as well. As I acknowledge the music that Callie performed and the music that Carrie performed, as I give them that acknowledgement and thanks for what they brought forward, I get to own a little bit of that music. As I do that with Bruno and the art that he has such integrity in our slides and in our visuals, as I look at what Ryan and Efren and Lorenzo do in terms of the sound and the sound quality and the video quality for our friends on live stream, or if you're watching this hours or days or weeks later on video, it's all because this team of people have brought their talents into the room so that those of us who are in the room or experiencing it virtually can have that experience. And the same thing that we have with Evan and with Zachary and with Art in terms of what you bring forward with your talents. As I appreciate that, I get to own a little bit of that. I cannot touch a keyboard and make music. I can make noise. I can't touch music, but I can appreciate what they bring forward in someone else. And as Rev Ken often says, what you appreciate, appreciates. Let's go back one on that. What you appreciate, appreciates. I'm going to let Bruno click, and I'm not going to. I'm going to tell a story instead. My best experience of appreciation was in real estate, okay? In 1997, I bought an apartment in the East Village, $125,000. The most amount of money I had ever been in debt. Yeah, people who know New York real estate are like, yeah, this had to be more than 30 years ago. $125,000, the deepest I'd ever gone into debt. I hadn't yet accumulated my student loan debt. 6 years later, I sold that $125,000 garden apartment for $300,000. The most I've ever made on an investment in terms of percentage. And then when Ken and I moved to San Francisco, we lived in a rental apartment for a few years. We bought our first home, $600,000. And when we sold it 10 years later, it was $1.6 million. And we're beginning to see the appreciation of our real estate in Marin. And we, as a community here, are seeing the appreciation of this space as we appreciate it, as we add AV to it, as we recarpet it, as we level the floors, we add chandeliers, as we add bathrooms, as we renovate bathrooms downstairs. All of that appreciation of our building allows our building to appreciate. But it's not just in financial terms. It's what you look at in your life and you appreciate. When you appreciate it, it appreciates. You begin to have more of that. Tyler mentioned that last Sunday was our 18-year wedding anniversary, and we invited my pastor from Most Holy Redeemer, the Catholic church that I belong to join us here at the end of service, and he did a blessing of our marriage and a recommitment of our marriage vows. Sidebar, Catholic priests cannot yet perform gay marriage. The Catholic Church is a little slow to come to think. It took them 500 years to acknowledge that Galileo was right. We have to give them a little bit of time to catch up to where the rest of the world. But Catholic priests can bless a gay marriage. And so we invited Father Matt to come here and bless our marriage. And Ken said, please, just use one of our existing anniversaries. Don't give me a fourth date to forget. So we've had 3 weddings so far. So we took one of those anniversaries and we asked Father Matt to bless our marriage. But part of why that was so important to me wasn't just that my faith and Ken's faith came together in that ceremony, but I so appreciate Ken. And in 18 years, those of you who have been married, you understand it takes work on both sides, but I know I have brought challenges and difficulties and annoyances into our marriage, and he has stuck with it and has been a font of forgiveness for me. And so when we recommitted our vows, it was that chance for me to say, I appreciate you. And as I appreciate him, our love and our relationship appreciates. And as he read his vows to me, we had the same experience. In fact, a few of you were able to join us and listen to it. And in his vows, he used the word unapologetic. I was like, wow, I don't remember that being in our ceremony 18 years ago. He's like, yeah, I changed it for the book. I wanted it to sound better with the title of the book. I was like, oh, so our vows are a living, breathing document. Okay, I can be with that. But it was that chance to appreciate and have more of what it is that I am appreciating. A very simple example of this, Roma wanted to get a new suitcase. She said, my suitcase is too old. I'm tired of it. I want a new suitcase for our travel this winter. And so I went with her to Target, and we bought a bigger, new purple suitcase for her, and she was ready to get rid of the old one. She said, can you give it to Goodwill? I said, you know what? If I give it to Goodwill, it's not as much of a contribution. Let's give it to the foster care agency, because when a foster child moves from one family to another, our oldest son, Toby, did that 23 times, they usually put their stuff in garbage bags. And that's how they move from one family to another. I said, let's take it to the foster care agency. And as soon as I said that, she said, I think I've got a backpack we can put with it. So she put a backpack with it, and then Joshua didn't know that he had extra backpacks, but we got a couple of them out of his closet. And then Toby got some duffels, and I went, all of a sudden, we had like 15 pieces of luggage that we could give, because what we appreciated, it was all inside our home, but we weren't using it. Appreciates. Now, the flip side of this is also true. The slide you saw a moment ago, what you depreciate also depreciates. Physical example of this, several years ago, I bought a Lexus, And within the first few days that I had it, I went to pick up Toby from work, and he had a friend who wanted to ride home. They both had gym bags and computer bags, and I had car seats in the back seat and everything. I did not have room to take these two high school kids home that day from work. It's like I got too small of a car. Drove back out to the dealership at CarMax, and I said, I made a mistake. I got too small of a car. Now, this was past the 3 days when you can change your mind about a deal in California. That car had depreciated $3,000 by me just driving it off the lot and driving it around for a week. So what I depreciate also depreciates. And this can happen in our mindset. If we think something is going to be a really bad experience, before we walk into it, we're already depreciating it. And sure enough, we walk in and it is a bad experience because we predicted it was going to be bad. We depreciated it before we got there. The example I gave you a few minutes ago about you see somebody's car in the parking lot, or you see somebody's name in your email, or you see somebody's text or name come up on your phone, and you have this immediate negative reaction. You are depreciating that relationship. And as you step into that conversation, it often has then depreciated even before you started speaking. And so just as we can appreciate, we can depreciate. So if this is all in the power of my mind, choose to take something on that allows it to go better. Choose to believe that the universe is conspiring to make things better for you rather than to make things worse for you. One more story. I was listening to a podcast the other day as I drove home to Marin by Lisa Solomon, a friend of mine from Stanford, and she was interviewing another friend of mine, Dan Klein, and I just was loving the podcast. And like 10 minutes into it, I'm like, I miss those guys. I wish I hadn't lost my job at Stanford. I wish I got to see them regularly. Man, I really regret. And I went into this spiral all by myself in the car, into this spiral of negative energy off of this really cool podcast by two of my friends. Now, I caught myself, said, whoa, what am I doing? I don't think I used the name, I don't think I said depreciate, but why am I going here with this awesome podcast? Yeah, I don't work at Stanford anymore, but they're one of my biggest clients. I'm down there 2 or 3 times a week. Let me reach out to Dan and Lisa. So I reached out to Dan and Lisa and said, hey, I'm going to be there the Friday morning before Thanksgiving. Can we all get together and do lunch? They both wrote back and said, oh, I'm off campus that day. I'm already traveling with my family. I'd love to do it on another day. But I was already now in this appreciative cycling up. So I thought, well, what about Bert and Allison and Matt? Like, we text each other all the time. Wonder if they would join me for lunch. So I reached out. All 3 of them were available. We'd all taught together in the communication program I created at the business school. We set 1 o'clock as the time, and instead of meeting in the dining hall at Stanford, I got us reservations for 4 at Rosewood, which is kind of a fancy little place to have lunch, and brought them a little gift and a little card. And we had this remarkable lunch, and we all said, why don't we do this more often? At the end of the lunch, we're walking out to the parking lot to get our cars, and Matt goes, oh, wait, let's get a picture. Let's get a picture. So we're figuring out where to stand and get the picture and to get one of the valets to take the photo for us. And walking out of the hotel is a 4th friend of ours, Raymond, who we didn't invite to lunch. We're like, come get in the picture. We haven't seen you. And we all connected in the driveway there. Because what you appreciate appreciates. Raymond was the bonus to the lunch with the 3 that was the replacement for the lunch with the 2, but I was in a mindset of appreciation rather than a mindset of depreciation. And that's the benefit of being able to do this. So let me give you a few actions that you can take on. A few of these were in the video that we saw a moment ago. A few of them you have heard me talk about before, but let me give you a few actions that you can take to help keep these present. I love the quote by Mark Twain, to get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. To get the full value of joy, you can't hold on to it. You gotta have somebody that you break it apart and share it with. So here are some ways that you can share that. Begin or end each day with a gratitude list. I don't do it 7 days a week, but more days than not, in my phone, I will do a gratitude list of 10 things that I'm grateful for. And then I'll text it either to my friend Molly or to my friend Joseph and just say, this is what I'm grateful for today. And sometimes they'll write back, sometimes they won't, but it just allows me to begin with a sense of gratitude. What I do at the end of the day in my calendar, I look at all of the appointments I've had, everything I've had, and I write down at the bottom of my calendar 1 or 2 wins from the day. Even if it's a tough, rough, difficult day, there's got to be 1 or 2 things that I can share and that I can write down. And I love, I love the power of handwritten notes. I think there's both the yesteryear feeling of a handwritten note. I love it when I get them in the mail, and I love it when I give them to other people. And so if you didn't get, as you came in, if you didn't get a note card in an envelope, the ushers are coming around. They will bring you a note card in an envelope. And for our friends who are online, or if you're watching this by video later on, just ask you to pull out something you can write on, and if you can grab an envelope as well, so you can participate in this activity that's going to be our meditation. The science shows that if you handwrite, certainly some people prefer typing, especially millennials that are out there in the audience, but if you handwrite, actually muscle memory kicks in, and you experience the gratitude better by handwriting it, and it's also such a gift to the other person if they can read your writing when they receive that card. Now, don't start writing the note, and in fact, you may already know who you think you're going to write to, but in the meditation, you may recognize that there is somebody else that is calling to you to be able to write to. So all I want you to do right now, as we go into our time of meditation, I want you to remember the warp and the woof. I want you to just reflect on what it is that you are grateful for, the people, the items, the experiences, the characters, the qualities. What is it that you are grateful for?
Everything is a gift in its own way. It's a gift watching innocence play. When the wind blows the dark clouds away, for these gifts I give thanks each day. For these gifts I give thanks each day. It's a gift that a bird can fly free, that the rivers can flow to the sea. Love's the gift that your heart gives to me. For these gifts I give thanks each day. For these gifts I give thanks each day.
So now what I ask you to do, as the music plays, continue to reflect upon that sense of gratitude, that sense of gratefulness. Pull your card out and write a note to just one individual. This can be an individual in your life, and you can give me their address on the outside of the card, and I'll mail it for you. It could be somebody that you want to take and hand this to this week, or it could be somebody who is no longer on the planet, but you want to express it in writing and figure out a ritual and a way to acknowledge them. So now, in this time of meditation, take time to write your expression of appreciation.
with care. Look around, there are gifts everywhere. For these gifts I give thanks each day. For these gifts I give thanks each day. Fill the world with the gift of your love. Touch with kindness sent from above. Fill our hearts with the peace of the dove. For these gifts I give thanks each day. For these gifts I give thanks each day.
Namaste. Thank you. If you're still continuing to write, feel free to do that. If you do wish to have me mail your letter, put the address on the outside, drop it in a few minutes as the baskets go along. If you want to hand it to the person yourself or do some ritual to be sure this communication gets to the recipient, I just invite you to continue to explore that gratitude and that expression of appreciation. Thank you so much to David and to Tyler.
I just want to say my sincere, heartfelt congratulations, thank you, gratitude, because not only was this talk amazing, and I told you before service, I said, this talk is a very smart spirituality, right? It's not just a, airy-fairy kind of thing, which we do love, but it brought science to it, and also you're a captivating speaker, and I hung on to every word that you said, and you have also been my coach, mentor, teacher, so thank you again. Love you. Mwah.
I realized as you said that, I promised to put up a QR code if people want the research.
Yes.
So Bruno, if you could make that happen.
Yeah.
Or if you see me downstairs Kate is going to drop it in the Zoom room for the people online. But if you want the QR code, just it's going to be in my newsletter tomorrow. Subscribe to my newsletter, catch me downstairs, give me your email. Happy to share it.
Yes, thank you.
On with the show.
Yes, absolutely. All right, got some good stuff to unpack, to carry with us. If you have your bulletin, which you all should, in the back of this spiritual connection card, there are a list of several practices, and if you're online, there's been a link that's dropped in the chat. And this is kind of the way that we can say how we put feet and how we put legs to this powerful message of gratitude and appreciation. And so as I read these, think about what resonates most with you. And then in just a moment when the offering basket goes around, you can drop it in there, and Reverend Ken will be holding that intention and in prayer. And then within the bulletin, which you can take home, they're also listed here, so you can take them with you. I know JD says he takes a picture of them and uses it as his wallpaper throughout the week to kind of solidify that truth, and I love that idea. Okay, so the first spiritual practice is to reflect on what you're grateful for. That's the whole message. The next is to express unexpected appreciation. So if you're out there and somebody is not expecting you to appreciate them, do that, and then you can check that box. The next is to embrace the power of the pause. Stopping and breathing before you do something, and it is one of the most powerful things, simplest things too. And then finally, explore an appreciation ritual. What is that everyday gratitude lists, or bringing somebody into your mind to meditate about whatever that is. So great food for thought. Following service, we have a spiritual discussion group. And so if you're online, you can just stay in that Zoom room that you're in. But if you're here in the building, go ahead and go downstairs in our classroom and grab some food and bring it in there. And this is kind of like, I love to say this is kind of like the opportunity to discuss what resonated with you all and talk about that, form community, but then also it's also a way to kind of hear the behind the scenes component of maybe what wasn't able to go into the talk or you didn't have enough time to go through. So love that. Such a great time. And then now I'm going to invite Mr. Tom Lenoble to come up, there you are, and to talk about time, talent, and treasure. We are so grateful for your contribution as board member, as member, president of the board. So yeah, we're so grateful for you. Hi, Tom.
One of those. Ken asked me if I would talk why I give, so I wanted to share a few thoughts with you today. You know, I give to this community because it gives back to me in ways that aren't always visible. You know, it inspires me, it makes me feel good, sometimes it heals me, and it makes me grow. And I know some of you share those same things because you've shared them with me before. And we talk about time, talent, and treasure. You know, time is something really special. We never get it back. We never get the time back that we give. And the time that we give to remember someone or share a thought or a smile, or the time that we give in service is something that means so much to many people. And our talent, you know, I don't play a musical instrument. I don't sing, although I used to, but you don't want me to, so I won't do that for you today. But you know, I think I give my talent because I think that this community is something to invest in. So the talent that I have of either being up here and speaking, doing platform, or leading, or in just giving. And then treasure. You know, treasure just isn't only about money. There are many treasures we have that we can give. Again, there's the treasure of our time. There's the treasure of things that we give to one another. Sometimes that's a smile. Sometimes that's Mary's deviled eggs. You know, we have all these things that relate to time, talent, and treasure, and I know that they mean them to you as well. So I give of my time, talent, and treasure for many reasons. And I encourage you to think about how ways you might give your time, talent, and treasure here. Not from a place of pressure, but a place of love, a place of giving, and a place to know that this place matters. Right? So I wanted to give you a little message from the board. Thanksgiving is coming up, and we aren't all here at the same time. We often see me and Kate on the Zoom or the others here in the room. And we wanted to wish you a very thankful and wonderful Thanksgiving. We are so grateful we get to serve this community. And what we do is often behind the scenes. And if you ever want to know what we're working on, I hope you'll ask me or one of the board members, because we'll freely share it with you. You know, we meet once a month, and we work on a number of things that we're responsible for as a board. If you're interested in knowing about that, again, I'm happy to share it with you. But we wanted to wish you all a wonderful time with your family, friends, whomever you're sharing it with. And remember, gratitude, the harvest time of the year, and the time it is of love. Thank you.
Amen. Yeah, thank you, Tom, and the rest of the board for that service. As you know, that is behind the scenes, but there's so much strategic strategy that goes on to it, and all the beautiful things that we see that Unity San Francisco is quite often because the board has devoted their time, their talent, and their treasure to all of that. So huge thank you. I love the board. So, okay, well, how do you give? Well, there are a number of convenient ways you can there's a QR code that will come up on the screen. There we go. And you can use that in your phone. It'll direct you to our secure giving website. You can also, in just a moment, our beautiful ushers are going to be passing the basket. You can drop some money in there. You can write a check. Billion has 9 zeros, I think, on it. Anyway, I love that joke. I don't know why. But yes, and so to seal this time of giving and appreciation, like giving of our money is also like a really wonderful way of showing our appreciation too. So as the ushers are coming in place, we have this beautiful affirmation that I will read. I'm grateful for Bruno for driving the PowerPoint. And it goes like this. I'll read it once and then you can read it with me. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Let's know this together. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. And so it is. And I'm grateful for my partner in crime today, Mr. Tyler Kruger.
Hey David, hey everybody.
What do we got going on?
Well, there's always things happening. Like, for example, next Sunday is our November potluck, so be sure to bring your favorite dish to share, and that'll be after service next Sunday. But I also want to point out that in your Sunday bulletin, we have this wonderful calendar of events that are going on here at Unity San Francisco, and part of that is the 4 weeks of Advent, and we have for you, for free, in your chair seats in front of you, is the Advent booklet. And the 4 different Sundays, let me think, faith, peace, love, and hope. Now, this comes from a certain, a religious template, but it is the season that I get the opportunity to examine my faith. Where do I find peace in the stillness? From the stillness, I find love, and then I decide to live forward with joy. A new birth. Could be the Christ. I think it's also me. So join us for Advent.
I love that. And
Faith, peace, love, and joy.
I love it. And also I wanted to add that, the holiday season can be very difficult for people. Yeah. There's lots of loss that have gone on, and I'm so grateful for Unity San Francisco to have these really cool resources, things going on.
Yes.
I'll go back.
Activity, family, getting together, right here.
Exactly, and then we have the spiritual resources. So, so grateful for that. Yeah. And one of which we have going on is on December 12th, I believe it is.
Yep, the movie night.
The movie night. We're having a movie night.
Yes.
I cannot click today, so I am just letting you know it is in that Bruno.
The hands
there
of Bruno.
There we go. Thanks, Bruno. Right. All right, December 12th, Friday, they're having a screening of It's a Wonderful Life, and it's a great way to connect with folks and save exorbitant amount of money from going to the theater, and you can just have it here in your beautiful community.
And part of the message in that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, is that every life is a miracle, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And it's also 6 p.m. on Friday the 12th, but at 5 p.m. is a potluck for the movie night. So bring your favorite dish, 5 p.m. if you want the potluck, 6 p.m. for the movie on the big screen.
Lots of good eating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we believe strongly in the power of prayer to anchor these truths. And so we have a number of our wonderful prayer chaplains here. They are wearing the white stoles. And then also if you are online, you can submit a prayer request online. I use it throughout the week too to submit my digital prayers. So we hope that you find that we can hold the high watch for you and find that center in the peace.
Right, an ongoing community of support.
Yes.
Oh. And thank you to everybody that makes Unity possible, not only the music team, not only our guest singer today. Thank you for serving Centers for Spiritual Living and Unity churches all over.
That fun music.
Thank you for visiting Unity San Francisco. Thank you to
J.D. Schramm, who brought this powerful message.
Thank you, J.D.
All of you for being here. Your presence matters.
Yes. We make this community alive. And we are going to be having a closing song. I invite you to stand as you're willing and able. Let's sing together. Yeah.
Are you guys ready for another new one this morning? Cool. You did great on the other one, and this one's even easier. I let the love wash over me. 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 Let the love wash over love wash over me. I let the love wash over me. I let the truth 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 wash over me. I let the grace 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 wash over me. Let's hear from Luke. Joy wash over me. I let the 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 joy wash over me.
All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourselves.